Texas Roadhouse, one of your biggest supporters is black folks because of y'all bread and that honey butter. But that honey butter, I bet you I'll learn how to make that my self.
It started with a screenshot, a Facebook post shared across social media, making a serious claim about how some black customers' food was allegedly being treated.
When they tell you that they're putting something in the food at Texas Roadhouse, believe them.
Y'all need to stop complaining about these establishments and go shop at black-owned businesses. Why y'all even going to Texas Roadhouse or any of these other places so you can complain? I know why. Y'all know why, but y'all don't want to be honest. Save the Storks is celebrating families all summer long for America's 250th birthday, so more American babies can celebrate birthdays of their own. Here's the deal. Give any amount today, any amount, and you'll receive an exclusive Save the Storks mini tote bag. But listen, it's only for the first 200 donors. So don't wait. This isn't just a little tote bag. This little tote bag helps save lives. Every dollar helps Save the Storks reach a woman before the abortion pill reaches her mailbox. That matters. Save the Storks deploys mobile medical clinics across the country and partners with pregnancy health clinics to bring hope, care, and real support directly to women. Go to SaveTheStorks.org/Tatum right now. Give today, get your mini tote bag, and let life happen. D.L. Hughley and the rest of the stew-head melanated people who are the most ignorant, dumb people in the world. And I always preface this because people are too stupid to understand what I'm saying, but I'm talking about the ignorant ones, not the rational, decent folk, work hard every day, build companies, build wealth, add value to this country and their families. I'm not talking about those wonderful, amazing black people. I'm talking about these stew-head idiots. Now, here's a list, and Ari Spears with his sorry self, two washed-up comedians. This is what they had. They wrote this list. Ari Spears shared this list with me. Look, this is what white America is. Y'all ain't never gonna be nothing in life being this stupid. Let's go down the list one by one, starting with Texas Roadhouse employees spitting in black people's food. Roll the clip. Clip one, you got it, roll it.
And there's a viral post raising many questions for customers and getting a response from the company. I took a closer look at what's behind it. It started with a screenshot, a Facebook post shared across social media, making a serious claim about how some black customers' food was allegedly being treated. The post claimed members of a Facebook group called White and Proud were discussing intentionally tampering with food served to black customers, and the original Facebook post appears to have since been deleted. And so far, no verified evidence connecting the claims to a Texas Roadhouse employee. But screenshots of the post and
Time out. Yeah, bought the boy. Let me just explain this. As you can hear, there is no evidence. This is a post alleging that there's some white group talking about what they do in black people's food. There's no evidence of that post, and this is just black people talking about what some post that allegedly exists that there's no evidence of. Since this has come out, DL and these other stew heads will make y'all believe that somehow there's verifiable evidence that this is happening. There is no actual evidence. It's not tied to any one employee. It's not tied to any one Texas Roadhouse. There is no police report and no investigation being had. Just black folks online being victims talking about Texas Roadhouse. Let her finish. And hey, don't get mad at this young lady. She's trying her best. She did say X. She said X. I don't know. It's in our DNA. The smoke alarm and the word X, we can't get it out of our DNA. Roll the clip.
And videos talking about it continue to circulate, and customers are weighing in. Some say the allegations have them questioning whether they'll eat at the restaurant again. Others are asking for proof and questioning whether the original post is even legitimate.
I took a trip to the local Texas Roadhouse here.
People are saying that the allegations are, none of them, not one person in the post said that they went to Texas Roadhouse and somebody did something to their food. Not one person in the post, according to this news outlet. Let her finish.
In Abilene, Texas, to see what they have to say about some of the allegations. I waited to speak with the manager and asked about the allegations. The manager declined to speak on camera, instead referring me to the corporate's company office for a response. I also asked the restaurant's host what business had been like today. He told me it wasn't very busy, describing it as, quote, pretty slow. But whether that's out of the ordinary for a Monday is unclear. And while the allegations are getting plenty of attention online, nothing in the viral post identifies the Abilene location or any specific Texas Roadhouse location. As the conversation grew online, Texas Roadhouse responded. On Sunday, August 23rd, the company posted an official statement saying, "We are aware of the video that is being shared with an accusation that has been made toward our restaurants. We believe it to be completely unfounded, and we take every accusation towards our brand seriously." They said, "We are investigating this alleged behavior and remain committed to treating every guest with respect, dignity, and the legendary service they deserve."
So on D.L. Hughley's number one on his list is this Texas Roadhouse incident that don't exist. It does not exist. Now, here are other people who I think fall victim to the plantation mindset that's somehow accusing Texas Roadhouse with no evidence. Here is one, and we're going to play 2 clips of this, and it's going to blow your socks off. Listen to what this woman say, and I want you to pay attention as they pan the table. Look at who's sitting at the table with them. Roll the clip.
When they tell you that they're putting something in the food at Texas Roadhouse, believe them. This is me and my daughters and her boyfriend eating there, having a good time. And as soon as I finished eating, I went to the car, my eyes started to swell up, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. They said it was some type of allergic reaction. Now I know what it was.
Hey, man, did slavery mess us up? Did it? I don't believe that it did, because we had a lot of great, successful black people that have come from slavery. But I wonder what's happening to black people in their mind. Why is this woman and her daughter is dating a white man? They all went to Texas Roadhouse together. This woman can't just say something, I got an allergic reaction to something there. Why is it got to be pertaining to something involving race when you have no evidence that it's race related? You didn't show the manager. You didn't show the person that was serving you. So we don't even know if that person is black. And why can't you just be normal? Why? And your daughter dating a white boy, and you want to make it a big stuff about race. Why can't y'all just be normal? All right, here go another. I want to say something about it, but I ain't going to do it.
And I ain't never eating at Texas Roadhouse again or Logan's Roadhouse. Y'all got me f***ed up. Y'all got me f***ed up. That was all I needed to hear. Didn't I just make a video saying how they didn't want us in their establishments? They don't want us in their establishments. We need to be only supporting black-owned restaurants, period. I'm not even eating nowhere.
All right,
if the food ain't...
Just know, you can tell by the energy. She's finna continue to say something stupid for 1 minute and 22 more seconds. But let me just stop her in her tracks. No pun intended. I want to stop her in her tracks. I'm joking. Y'all get, I can't tell jokes and y'all get mad at me. You do the black women. I'm telling the joke, okay? All right, so I'm gonna stop her in her tracks. I agree with her on 2 things she said. The 2 points she made, I agree 100%. Y'all need to stop complaining about these establishments and go shop at black-owned businesses and go support black-owned businesses. Why y'all even going to Texas Roadhouse or any of these other places so you can complain? I know why. Y'all know why, but y'all don't want to be honest. You don't want to go to these black establishments because many of them don't do good service and they're not cooking the food and they're not consistent. That's why you go into Texas Roadhouse. That's probably one of the most consistent, what you call it, a steakhouse in the entire country in history. Okay, and the second thing she said is that they don't want us there. I can't verify that they don't want you there, but I do have items of evidence that may suggest why they might not want you there. Roll the clip. All right, y'all. So this is one. Next one. Let's go to the next one. Just tearing it up. All right. All I hear that dude in the background, ooh, this is crashing everywhere. And I swear, I can go and find 15 other videos like this. So maybe, just maybe, that's maybe not what. Why don't y'all take responsibility at some point? If you want to attach yourself to every black person, then you need to take responsibility for this crazy stuff they be doing. If you want to be an individual, be an individual. But y'all don't want to be individuals. You want to attach yourself to the lowest common denominator of the black community and then get mad at people if they don't like that. All right, let's get to the next one. Here we go. What's on the list? 600,000 black women pushed out of the workforce since 2025. Explain that. He can't explain it. Last time I did a debate, one of these knuckle draggers was in there talking about Doge. Well, if they get rid of government jobs, this is why y'all stupid and you need to read Thomas Sowell book. If they get rid of government jobs because of Doge, and it just so happened to be a lot of black women working in those jobs, and they lose those jobs, hey, dummy, disparities don't mean discrimination. Just because you're disproportionately affected don't mean it's race-related. And it's probably about, I don't know if you do the math, it's about 20 million black women in America. And you're talking about 600,000 pushed out of work. What are the other, I don't know, 10 million that's working? Oh, but you don't want to talk about that. Last time I checked, allegedly, the black women are the most educated women in the country as far as getting degrees. Now, I know a lot of times they ain't acting like it, but according to stuff that I've read, and I heard the person say that was a lie, but y'all push the narrative that they outworking black men, they got more degrees than black men, they doing all this stuff, but they having kids out of wedlock more than anybody else, but are outside of that. But you're crying about 600,000 jobs you claim they were forced out in 2025. Shut the front door and the back door. Next one is Nolan Wells. We all know how that's going. Mom and them still ain't gave that phone over. They have nothing to investigate at this point, as far as I know. And some of the little birdies that's flying through the air is dropping little leaflets, and it looked like this is probably going to be a drowning, and nobody's going to be arrested. Now, I don't know that for a fact. Let me not jump to conclusions, but what I can say is that Warren, Jax, and Morgan had nothing to do with Nolan's death, and the people that I've interviewed have been exonerated. As far as I know, and as far as they've been communicating with law enforcement, because they've not been indicted, they don't even have a search warrant to get their cell phones. They turned their cell phones over to the FBI voluntarily. Carmelo Anthony stabbed that boy in his heart, got convicted in the court of law. And then they tried to get even the judge recused himself. The new judge came in record time and decided there ain't no grounds for a new trial. And I'm telling you this, as sure as I'm sitting here today, they should be glad that Carmelo Anthony didn't get another trial. Because if his previous behavior was entered into evidence, the jury would be tainted as to who he really is as a person. And this is why they didn't put him on the stand, because he would have got grilled. Then the jury would have saw all that violent stuff he said, and they would have been more punitive towards him during sentencing. Okay, we got another one. Black lynching across the South. Tell me you stupid without telling me you stupid. Let's bring up a couple of the lynchings that they've been talking about. And shout out to my brother here, Gotham City. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for standing up for me. But also thank you for keeping it real and telling the truth. This is just a couple lynchings that they claim are being perpetuated by the white man. Roll the clip.
So listen, as a black man, I'm fully aware of the history of Mississippi and black people being hung in Mississippi. But I'm also a person of truth. And when you use a few of these kids' pictures to push a narrative, when you know the truth, It's nasty work. This is nasty work. Look.
This is why we can't do the independent thinking and the liberal and conservative shit, because liberal, conservative, they're killing black people.
Who the fuck is hanging these kids? Who's hanging these kids? And one thing's for sure, black people are damn sure not hanging themselves.
Time out. Black people aren't hanging themselves. Sorry for the curse words. We will fix it. Just so you know, we got so many clips doing. My team is running like chickens with their head cut off, so just forgive us for that. But they say black people sure ain't hanging themselves. Are you sure, bro? When I was a cop, that's a way people decide to take their own lives, is through hanging themselves. Black people don't traditionally do that, but to act like black people never do that is a lie. And it's only a lie, or only you're perpetuating a lie because you want white people to be bad. Come on, put the clip on there. This is one of the young boys that got lynched.
59 p.m., video shows the young man carrying an electrical cord walking towards the tree by himself.
The video appears to show him at the self-checkout purchasing the blue rope. It shows he paid $4.20 for it. You can then see him walk out of the store, and he walks across the parking lot to his truck and drives off.
Between 2:06 p.m. and 2:07 p.m., video captures the actual incident taking place. No one else is seen in the area when this incident occurred.
Here another one.
The family stated that Trey's girlfriend at the time of his death provided investigators with suicidal text messages from him the evening before his body was found. So that's some information that we did not know about, you guys. We didn't know that he, was suffering from any kind of mental health or anything like that. We didn't know. This information wasn't out there. The message read that he was going to hang himself. Sophia Reed told the Mississippi Free Press on April 23rd. Sharon Candy Tillman confirmed that she had also seen the messages that her grandson had sent to his girlfriend threatening suicide, in addition to messages stating that he had made a previous attempt but failed. Candy added that in the messages, Trey's girlfriend had told him that she would call his grandmother. She said he normally would send those kinds of messages to her, and she would say, "Just go to bed and we'll talk about it tomorrow." Just go to bed. Wow. Like, still in the black community, there's a stigma with mental health, and we don't ever talk about, like, hey, go see a professional, go see someone who can actually help you. We'll just go to bed, is what she told him, actually. Go to bed. His family says that the attorney who vowed a full investigation in early days has not spoken to them in 7 months. He also never gave them the final results of the independent autopsy he promised. Autopsy with funding from former NFL athlete Colin Kaepernick, Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative. More than 10 months later, Reed's family members say they feel that they've been abandoned by the advocates who pledged to stand at their side.
Okay, I'll explain that. I'll interpret it for the family if they're watching me. They never really cared about your kid. They just can grift and make money off of what they thought was a lynching from a white person. They had every reason to believe and know that it wasn't a lynching from a white person, but they pushed it to raise the GoFundMe so you can give them 40% or whatever y'all giving them, that GoFundMe money, so they can get rich off the death of these black boys. But instead of people like Dale Hughley standing up like real men and saying, how about we address the mental health issue in the black community? How about we come out and find out why these young men are killing themselves instead of trying to blame the white man? How about we figure out why are we beating up each other in Texas Roadhouse instead of a fake blog of white people spitting in their food or whatever they claim that has no substance or evidence? Why don't we talk about Nolan Wells and how great of a young man he was instead of trying to blame white boys for killing him, instead of trying to get to the bottom of what happened to him like I did? They didn't. And Carmelo Anthony, how about we talk about conflict resolution and trying to get young men to lower the temperature, man? You don't always got to be putting yourself in a situation where you get violent because you feel disrespected. That's why a lot of our brothers are in prison. This is why my cousin is in prison right now. He let his attitude or his anger get the best of him and ended up shooting people, and he shouldn't have been there, and he got sentenced to his daughter's whole life in prison. Hopefully he's going to get out soon, but he's done 15 years already because of anger management. How about we address that in our own community? How about we stop talking about white people when we're talking about black issues and just focus on what can black people do to better the community?